Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to your monthly video of reading wrap-ups and monthly TBR. We are heading into June, guys. How? I don't know. However, when I am filming this, it is currently the 24th of May. We've still got a whole week of May left. However, the day I'm uploading this video is the last day of May. Now, guess what? I'm on holiday this week, so I don't have time to even film during the week. And I am going to read a few books on holiday. Fingers crossed I get to do more than one. However, I don't have time to film a video for this Saturday, so here I am on the 24th of May filming my reading wrap-up and my June TBR. Okay, so at the beginning of May, I was reading for a video that actually came out the video before this one, which was reading my most anticipated reads for this year, and I read Wild and Wrangled, which I think was in the end of the last wrap-up, I can't remember. And then we read Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. If Wild and Wrangled wasn't in there, I'll just quickly tell you, because I can't wait to get the book now, I gave it a 4.5 stars. But I did finish it in April, and I think I spoke about it at the end of the last one, but I genuinely cannot remember. The first book we read was Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Now, this book literally is everything. I loved it so much. So you're following Brianna and... not Brianna, that's a different book. Samantha and... what's his name? Samantha and Xavier. They meet when Samantha's got a cat, rescued a cat. And he basically tells her the cat should be put down. She doesn't believe that and agree with that, so she raises money to get the operation that the cat needs. And then goes back to make sure everything's fine. And then then Xavier asks Samantha on a date. They go on a date. They have like the best date that she's ever had. And then she's like moving the next day back home to be with her family because she has some family stuff. So basically Samantha's mum, I don't think this is a spoiler, Samantha's mum has dementia. So she's going home to help out the family and to be there with her family, which means that best date basically means they can't do anything else. So she tells him to forget her. Fast forward, they spend time. He can't stop thinking about her, she can't stop thinking about him, and vice versa. And we see them progress the relationship. I really enjoyed this book. It made me want to cry, it made me laugh. I was hooked from the minute I started reading. From the first page, I was hooked. And I honestly didn't want to put it down. There were so many times when I'd rather have just kept reading than having to go back to work or actually go to bed or do anything. So I gave this book a 5 stars. It was great starting the month with a 5-star read because honestly, what can I say? Why wouldn't I want to start the month with a 5-star? I loved it. The next book I read was The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I enjoyed this book. I think I found the first half extremely boring. Not extremely boring, but I couldn't get into it for a long period of time. And then the second half really picked up and I was like, okay, I'm obsessed now. Like, I'm really enjoying this book. It took me longer than I had hoped it would, but I was like, you know what, it's a fantasy, it's the first book in the series. I saw the second one in Waterstones today, and I saw the length and I was like, I'm not picking it up. I would rather just keep it and read it on my Kindle and not know, and then pick it up as like a prize after I finish reading it, because, I don't know. However, I did enjoy this book. I have read it for the video that is coming up shortly. I think it's next week's video, so keep an eye out. But I did pick up for that video and I did enjoy it, and I can understand why people loved it, but I just didn't. I got really bored at the beginning and I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll DNF it. I'm glad I didn't DNF it because I did enjoy the outcome, but I just got really bored at the beginning. So I gave this book a 4-star, and the 4-star is primarily because the last 40-50% I was hooked. So yeah, a 4-star for this book. But you're following Araya, who is basically not a vampire, and everyone else around her is a vampire. She's grown up with her dad, who is a vampire, and she's trying to survive, and she goes into this Kajari. She goes into the Kajari, which is it's like I'm gonna say a trials kind of thing. Like if you think Powerless Trials, kind of like that. And she has to survive it. So if you're thinking like they have to kill each other to get through, so you kind of think Hunger Games. And along this way she meets a guy called Rain, I don't know how to say his name, and you see them progress some kind of connection along the way. And I did really enjoy it. I enjoyed the ending, and it has made me want to pick up the next one, but I also don't want to right now, because I'm not ready for that. So yeah, 4-star for this book. Then I apparently kept the author up of reading another Abby Jimenez book, and I read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, again for the same video as Serpent Wings at Night. And this book follows Justin and, what's her name? Emma. And Emma and Justin both believe that they are cursed with this curse, that the next person they fall in love with someone, or they go on dates with someone, they end up breaking up with them, and then the next person they meet, that person meets, is the love of their life. They get married, and they're trying to break this curse that they think they have. I thoroughly enjoyed this book way too much. I was hooked because not just that, Emma has a lot of stuff, like family stuff going on. Well, stuff going on with her mum, but is it named Justin? Yeah, Justin has a lot of family stuff going on that really can impact basically his relationship. So Emma is the person who always is on the go, no matter what. Like, constantly on the go. Like, they'll do a residency, her and her friend, Emma's best friend Maddie and her, they travel for work, so they do residency in hospitals for different countries for every 3 months, and then they change it up and go somewhere else. So for a long period of time, Justin and Emma are like talking, and then she decides to try and pitch to Maddie about going to Minnesota, which is where Justin's from. I think it's Minnesota. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Minnetonka. One of those two. Anyway, she goes there, and she then meets Justin, and they have this connection, because it's a clear connection that like anyone would want. And then it's like, but there's so many obstacles in the way, and like Emma doesn't do the whole, I'm going to stay in one city, I'm going to stay here and settle down here. No, I'm going to travel and travel and travel. And it comes from a lot of things that happened in her past, and you read about it in the book, and it's just so good. I was obsessed. I gave this also a 5 stars. I couldn't put it down. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I honestly want to read it again, like, so bad. Then we picked up a book, and it is coming up in a video at some point in June. I don't know which week. It's coming up in a week in June. But I read Collided by Lauren Asher because I really miss Lauren Asher's writing, and I was like, I need a Lauren Asher book like now. And I've gotten into the world of F1 this year, and I'm really enjoying the world of F1. So it just made sense. I've got hair on my face, which is not ideal. So I just thought I'd pick this one up, and I actually really enjoyed it a lot more than Throttled. I am going to be lowering the rating for that. I think I rated it at 4 something. I'm rating it to 3. I'm moving it down to 3 point. I'm dropping my rating for Throttled down to 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. I just don't remember much of it now, and I think if I was to rate it now, I probably would have rated it that. I really enjoyed this book. I think it was better than the first one. I loved Sophie and Liam's story. I loved getting the snippets of other characters in the Dirty Air series that we got snippets of. Noah and Maya, who were the first couple. We got snippets of Santiago, we got snippets of Jax. Like, I loved everything about it, and I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed Sophie and Liam's story, and 100% happy that I did pick this one up. So I rated this a 3.75. I felt like it wasn't anything special. There was nothing like that stood out to be different to a lot of other books, and I think, considering how high on a pedestal I put her Dream Now Billionaire series, like, I put that so high up that I think this is just not matching that vibe for me. So I gave this a 3.75, which is still a good rating. I just didn't love it. If you've been following for a while, you've been following my reading vlogs for a while, you might know I've been like picking these books up, this book up specifically as an audiobook. I finally finished Redeeming 6 by Chloe Walsh, which is the 4th book in the Boys of Tommen series, and Joey and Aoife's 2nd book, and there were so many things I obviously knew was coming up, because like it does follow, spoiler, this might be a spoiler, but it follows the same kind of timeline as the Binding and Keeping 13, so there was so many things I knew were coming up. However, getting it in Joey's point of view was just so much more painful than it was in Shannon's point of view. So, for example, a scene that happened at the end of Binding 13, I won't say what happened, but what happened there, having it in Joey's point of view, I was like, my heart was breaking. I was like, oh my god. And I think I was listening to that on the way home from Reigate, and I was like, oh my god. It was just a lot. This book, I don't know what is in it, but I honestly wanted more. I want more of Joey and Aoife. I think right now Joey is my favourite male character. Joey and Aoife are my favourite characters in this series. I love Shannon and Johnny, don't get me wrong, and I love all the other characters we see in it. Like, I love Casey, I love Gibbsy, I love Claire, I love like Tag, Ollie, Sean, they're just adorable. I love Johnny's parents. I love a lot of people in this series, but this book and this couple in both this and Saving Six, I loved Joey and Aoife. And like what happened for them in this book, I mean like, there was something I predicted had happened from the end of Keeping 13, but when it was shown in here, oh my god, this book is everything, and I loved it, and I'm just so happy they got like their happy ending, I guess you could say. I'm a little bit concerned if there is any other books of theirs, what will happen, but I really enjoyed this book, so definitely cannot wait to continue the series. We've got Taming 7 to read next, and then Releasing 10 that comes out on Tuesday. That when you're watching this, it's already out, which I'm a little bit nervous for that one, but I'm excited, but I'm obsessed. And then I will just talk about a book that I'm probably going to finish before I go on holiday. It is Beg, Borrow or Steal by Sarah Adams. I'm reading this, I'm only 30% of the way through, so not even that far in, but I am really enjoying it, and I'm hoping to finish it before I go on holiday so I can start a fresh new book on the plane, because I'm going to start Rewind It Back on the plane because I need to read that book like ASAP. But I am loving this book. You're following Emily and Jack, and they're both teachers. They met at college and they have a rivalry together, and it's so fun, so funny, and I'm laughing at it so much. So yeah, I cannot wait to continue this book. For my TBR, I thought I would go back to our standard prompts because I didn't know what to do for it, and I was like, yeah, we're going to do this. I have got 2 books that are on my TBR that I will get to. I'll tell you once we've chosen our books for this month. Obviously, like I said, we are at the end of May. We're not at the end of May yet when I film this, and I am going to read a few more books before the month is out, which will be in the next wrap-up, but I'm not going to put them on the TBR because they're all on my Kindle, and it depends on what I'm feeling in the mood for. Because I'm on holiday, I don't want to be forcing myself to read books I'm not enjoying. If I start reading it and I'm like, I can't, we'll just leave it and we'll come back to it. That's my thought. So, I'm going to choose 6 prompts because we have got 2 other books that I am going to be reading, supposedly, and unless I change it, we'll get nearer the time because I might. So, I have got my Illumicrate cards in here alongside the prompts that I typed out. I am going to change it to a normal TBR with like normal pieces of paper soon, I think, because I do kind of miss that. So we're just going to pick without even looking at the card and hope we get something good. So, camera looks first. A book by an author of colour. Is Anna Huang an author of colour? Yep, she is. So now I have 2 options from her. I've got the 2 books I really want to read of hers, and it's like, now which one do I pick up? We could either continue a series, or we can start a complete new one. King of Greed by Anna Huang. This is the 3rd book in the Kings of Sin series. This one follows Dominic and Alessandra. I'm getting, I think it's like Marriage of Convenience or something like that. I actually can't really remember, but I am excited for this. I did enjoy King of Wrath and King of Pride, so I am excited to continue. I can't see. You can see it? Love in the title. Okay, I think I found 2 that are straight in front of me. Okay, I think I know what one I'm going to go through because it's short and I don't want to put a very hefty long one on there right now. Because I have a feeling I'm going to do one thing, and that's going to be pick up a book called Taming 7 as an audiobook, but I don't know. We're going to go with Love Wager by Lynn Painter. I really enjoy Lynn Painter's writing, supposedly, but yeah, and this book was actually kindly gifted by Ellen Catherine, which makes me want to read it even more. I won a giveaway, and she gifted me Love Wager, and I'm excited, and it has love in the title. It's the first word. Okay, we've got 4 more. We'll pick up the 3rd prompt, this one. A book with natural elements on the cover. I feel like What's this one got? Oh. I mean, that does. It has mountains on it. But I'm not feeling like Wildside right now, so I'm going to put that one back. Okay, Elsie Silver must have natural elements. This has trees on it, so that's an option. I'm not feeling like You Again. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm really not feeling like picking up Pumpkin Spice Cafe, but I'm sure that probably does have it on it. We're going to go with Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. I missed an Elsie Silver book and I can't say no. And I really want to start this series. So 3 more to go. Book outside of your comfort zone. Oh, actually, we can put my book club pick on it because it is out of my comfort zone and it works perfectly. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I have joined a book club that actually meets in person because my friend from who I used to go to guides with, she's actually hosting it, and I was like, hey, like, because it was meant to be just for south east of London. I don't live in south east London, I live in Surrey. However, I can get to London very quick and easily, like a lot of the time, so I was like, you know what, like, I don't mind joining and doing the journey. And so and then their book pick for June is The Silent Patient. Now I'm planning to read this in my 24 hours of reading, because I feel like I'll read it in one sitting and then I'll get it done, because it is before we meet. So yeah, I am not a thriller person. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only thriller books I've read is The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret. That's my face. I'm scared. So it is very much out of my comfort zone. I have no clue what to expect from this, apart from someone. All I can say is Alicia Berenson lived a seemingly perfect life until one day 6 years ago when she shot her husband in the head 5 times. Since then, she hasn't spoken a single word. It's time to find out why. It does sound intriguing. I won't lie to you, it does sound intriguing. Am I petrified? Yes. The longest book on your TBR. Can't take me 7 minutes, it's not. I have got some long books and I'm thinking it's between like 3 at the moment. It's gonna have to be this one. I think this is actually one of the longest. Hello. It is Things I Wanted to Say But Never Did by Monica Murphy. I don't know how many times this book has been on my TBR, and I actually really want to get to it. Like, the reason I have not unhauled these books is because I really want to read these books. I'm scared because look at the length of them. So, yeah. This book is now on my TBR and we've got one more. One more to read. One more to read, one more to pick. A book recommended by everyone. A lot of these books are recommended by everyone, but I'm finding a way to put anything of this, to put this on my TBR for the month. It's because I recently got it. It's The Favourites by Laing Fargo. Everyone has been talking about this book, so I'm saying everyone is recommending it because I really, really want to read it, like so bad. So bad. I've heard people say this is like there's a vibe of Daisy Jones in this book, and I love Daisy Jones, so I'm excited. I cannot wait. Now, before I go through these books again, to remind you what we have, I am going to talk about the other 2 books that I am going to be reading that I haven't picked because I'm doing a specific video. So I'm doing a video, you can guess what it is because they are rereads. I'm doing a rereads video of 2 of my 5-star reads. And luckily, because I have already read this series, I don't need to read the series from start to finish. So it will be a spoiler vlog. I'm planning to do it very spoiler filled. I might put more than 2 in it, depending how fast I get through them. I might put Archer's voice in it, I don't know. I'm very scared to read that for a second time because I'm scared if I read it for a second time and don't love it as much, I'm going to be sad. Because that was like one of my all-time favourite books when I read it, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm heartbroken. However, the first book on my reread I'm doing is, I haven't touched this, is Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Yes, the second Lauren Asher book in the, no, actually not. Why would I say the second one? I did it in my wrap-up. No, I read the fine print for my last rereads video, and I have not stopped thinking about this book for ages. Like, I want to read it so bad again. So it just works out perfectly. I was going to do Twisted Games because that is also one of my favourites. However, I don't really think I'm in the mood to go through the Twisted series right now, so I'm not doing that. So, Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. This is Declan and Iris' story. It is marriage and convenience. I want to say Grandpa versus Sunshine, but it's just, oh my god, I can't wait. I actually cannot remember half of what happens in this book and how they fall in love, because I remember them having to get married. I remember their breakup, but I don't remember how they fell in love with each other. So I cannot wait to get to it. So bad, and my nails are currently matching it. Because I went for green nails for the first time in a long time. So that is one of them. And then my other one is one of these, the 5-star read that I was obsessed with when I read it the first time. And it is A Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is the second book in the Chestnut Spring series. Can you see the actual pattern there? Two second books of the series. No, this book, I remember reading and I was like hooked on it from the day dot, and I loved it so much. Sorry. And Daddy Cade. Need I say more? Need I say more? I love this book so much and I cannot wait to read it. I thought I'd have it way more than I did. So maybe I'll go back and tab more things. But I cannot wait. I actually cannot wait. And I will be doing a spoiler vlog for these. They're both on Kindle. So is Archer's Voice, which is why I'm thinking of doing that one as well. And I'm going to do a full spoiler video for these ones because I need to now. Because they've all been in vlogs before. And I did them very spoiler free. So yeah. And I cannot wait to reread this book. So let's quickly, because my camera is flashing, go through the TBR for the month. I won't even say what prompts I got them for. We'll just show you what books we've got for the month. So we've got The Favourites by Laing Fargo. We have Things I Wanted to Say But Never Did by Monica Murphy. We have The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, if that's how you say it. Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. And finally, I clearly not counted, right? Love Wager by Lynn Painter. And finally, King of Greed by Anna Huang. So, okay, that is my TBR for the month. So if you did enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Please subscribe. And I will see you again very soon with another video. Bye!